Jacinda even got on the microphone at one point and hyped up Christina for reopening Charlie's and working so hard tonight. And then Jacinda decided to give a performance of her own, even though we didn't see any of it. They were just like, "Oh my, you did so well. Thanks, Jacinda," even though we didn't get to see it. Good morning, everybody. Here to give my quick thoughts on yesterday's General Hospital episode, where, we did have some action, at least. That is one thing I can give General Hospital credit for, is that at least we get to see action and actually get to see said action. I think that is a big deal with some of these other soap operas right now, where things happen off screen. They don't happen off screen on General Hospital right now. We do actually get to see it, which I think is a good thing. Let's dive into some of the things that went on yesterday. An exhausted Carly got home once again upset to see that Valentin was downstairs instead of upstairs, where she likes to keep him so nobody can see that he's there, and he's putting himself and her in danger. I think Carly was also just upset in general with people not listening to her. Lucas still going to live in Windermere, not listening to her. Sonny's not listening to her about Rick or any of these plans Sonny and Rick have. And now Valentin not listening to her with staying upstairs. But even though Carly was getting herself all worked up, Valentin did shut her up with a kiss. So, they still pushing the Carly and Valentin thing, which is actually fine by me. I am okay with this pairing compared to some others on the show. Their kissing, however, was interrupted by a call from Charlotte, who wanted to talk to Valentin because she and Danny were having car trouble, they said. So they went to go find Charlotte and Danny on the highway. But as we saw at the end of Tuesday's episode, there was a car crash that Curtis and Jordan were involved in, and it did not go very well for Jordan. It seems she seems pretty messed up after this car crash. This episode yesterday was a lot of it was dedicated to Curtis trying to get Jordan out of the car, especially after smelling gas. But her door was jammed, so he couldn't just get her out. He could have tried to break more of the glass on the window, which he eventually did, to try and get her out from the window, but also didn't want to further injure her in case she was severely injured from this car accident. Now, when Carly and Valentin were heading to find Danny and Charlotte, they came upon a car. It was not Charlotte's, it was this one, Curtis and Jordan's, and Valentin and Curtis came face to face, so somebody else will know that Valentin is around, which is, nice for the story. I liked seeing, Valentin and Curtis have to work together to save Jordan, which of course, in typical fashion, they were able to get Jordan out of the car right before it explodes from the leaking gas. And afterwards, though, Jordan looks in pretty rough shape, I would say, and Curtis should be worried. Looks like Jordan even has some burns. I'm hoping she will be okay. I don't know, it's tough because with this show, as I always say, there's so many different characters. They can do without some of them. But I don't think they're making the best decisions on what characters to do without, because I'm still upset that Marco was killed off before several other characters that could be. If Jordan were to be too, I think that would further upset me. So we'll see if she ends up being okay or not. They could do a better job of using the Jordan character in general, so it wouldn't surprise me if they kill her off. But I do think it would be another wrong decision, similar to Marco, when there are several others that are annoying that could be killed off first. We'll see what the decision making ends up being, and if it annoys me enough or not. Now, another person that could have been involved in this car accident was Brook Lynn. We saw her drinking on the Tuesday episode. We see her getting late to the performance at Charlie's. Dante had to call her again to tell her that Trina and Gio already performed, so she missed it. She did arrive late, Gio explaining to Brook Lynn that they didn't advertise this performance. He wishes he didn't exclude her from it. I do see these theories online that Brook Lynn could have been involved in the accident, maybe even a cause of it, and just kept on going. It would make Brook Lynn more interesting because the whole her and Chase stuff has gone dry, and then you throw in this baby storyline and it's even drier. So I guess that could make Brook Lynn more intriguing. But I feel like it's a plot device that gets used a lot on this show. Is someone has a secret and it just keeps on going and going, even when more people find out about it. Like several people know right now that Willow actually shot Drew, but the secret keeps going. I don't know. On one hand, it could make Brook Lynn more interesting, but on the other, it's kind of more of the same plot device that this show uses a lot. Even right now, Rocco is a part of a storyline like that, where he's actually the one that shot Colum, but not so Nathan and Lulu are keeping that from everyone. In yesterday's episode, Lulu called Isaiah over for a house call to check on Rocco's cut that is indeed infected, and it's a staph infection, which could be quite deadly. So the fact that Lulu doesn't want to take Rocco to the hospital and just wants Isaiah to handle it at home should be a blinking red flag to Isaiah. But Isaiah decides to go with Lulu's plan and clean the wound there and give him an injection of antibiotics and hope that will help the staph infection. That's really all that kind of happened with that story yesterday. We had more stuff at Charlie's. Obviously, Trina just got done with her performance. Jocelyn told her it was amazing. Trina thanked Joss for coming and seeing her perform with the little free time that Joss has these days. Ava arrived late, seemingly on purpose, because she feels like she wouldn't be wanted there. But she did want to come and see Trina, even though she missed the performance, and told Trina she's glad that she looks so happy after this performance. Ava was happy to hear that there could be a next time with Trina performing. Gio and Emma also talked about the performance, where Gio admitted to Emma that, he's grateful for her for encouraging him to do the performance and that he loved performing. So that worked out. There was also a conversation between Joss and Emma about Anna and how Anna seems to think that Faison is still alive. I don't know if the show plans on having Faison still be alive or if this is just part of Anna going crazy, which seems to be her storyline right now, even though we haven't seen her. It has to be in quite a while, because I've been watching pretty consistently over the past 2 months, and I don't think I've seen her. Although I did miss episodes in February. But in March, she was not there at all, and not so far this month either. Also, during Charlie's opening, of course, we have Jacinda really enamored with Christina again, even though she's out on a date with Michael. Jacinda even got on the microphone at one point and hyped up Christina for reopening Charlie's and working so hard tonight. And then Jacinda decided to give a performance of her own, even though we didn't see any of it. They were just like, "Oh you did so well. Thanks, Jacinda," even though we didn't get to see it. So that was kind of odd that they decided to have Jacinda perform, but us not be able to see it. The last thing that happened was Cassius, aka Fake Nathan, bringing Britt to Sidwell. But Sidwell is so upset with Britt that he's saying he has no use for Britt anymore. He wants to get rid of her permanently. Sidwell is saying that Britt is deceitful and is the reason that Marco is dead. Britt was saying she didn't want anything to happen to Marco. But Sidwell is saying that Britt was going to betray them and disappear with her lover Jason. And he wants to know if Jason told her that he was going to murder his son for Sonny. Cassius was really trying to play the middleman here, trying to advocate for Britt and trying to convince Sidwell that Britt is going to gain Sidwell's trust back so that she can get access to the medication that's keeping her alive again. Because right now it doesn't seem like Sidwell wants to give her any more medication. I think what's going to happen there is that Cassius is going to continue to try and keep the peace between those two, when I still contend that she just needs to tell Sidwell that Cullum is responsible for Marco's death, because that is the most obvious thing for the heroes to do. In the end, Ava ended up coming in to check on Sidwell, and he told her what Sonny said, that if he's going to be going after Sonny, Sonny thinks he's going to just miss out on looking for the real killer. Ava, of course, is kind of biased where Sonny is concerned because Sonny killed her brother. But as it stands, Sidwell is still going to want revenge on Sonny because that is the tunnel vision that he currently has. So, I mean, yesterday's episode was an improvement on the 4 episodes before it, but I don't know. We'll see where things go. I don't know how to feel about this car accident. I don't know if Brook Lynn will end up being involved with it. I don't know if Jordan will survive it. So I will reserve my opinions until I see how some of this plays out.